A nation desensitized to gun violence. On the morning of December 14, 2012, Charlotte Bacon, along with 20 other elementary school students ages 6 and 7, unknowingly hugged their parents goodbye for the last time as they headed off to school at Sandy Hook Elementary. The nation was shaken to its core by the events that occurred that day in the peaceful haven of Newtown, Connecticut. 20-year-old Adam Lanza opened rapid fire at Sandy Hook Elementary School at approximately 9:35 a.m., killing 6 adult staff members and 20 children, as well as injuring 2 others. The unfortunate and devastating events that unfolded at Sandy Hook Elementary on that grim morning prompted renewed debate about gun control in the United States. As mass shootings have become more and more prevalent in this day and age, with shootings such as the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida, the citizens of the United States as a whole have become immune and desensitized to gun violence. Causes of this desensitization to gun violence can be attributed to tainted news coverage, the usage of gun in medias, and the lack of empathy regarding committees of gun violence as people. Tainted news coverage of gun violence in America has desensitized its citizens to the effects of gun violence by downplaying their impact. Whether we support the possession of automatic weapons or believe legislation should be passed for stricter gun laws, we all have an opinion on gun control. Popular news channels such as Fox, which is largely geared toward Republican viewers, and NBC, which skews more democratically, cater to these opinions and sway our perceptions of gun usage and attainment. As of November 17th, which is the 331st day of the year, there have been 369 mass shootings in the United States. Although there have been more gun violent-related instances than days in the year, the media only broadcasts a handful of these instances to the mass public. The lack of proper broadcasting of all gun violent occurrences has contributed to our skewed perceptions for the dire need of restrictive gun control laws. In addition, the desensitization of guns can be attributed to the usage of guns in media such as movies, video games, and TV shows. Media such as those aforementioned can create an emotional reaction during and after usage, even creating a response that is harmful. The determination of whether the senses we feel when using these medias last beyond our exposure to this violence has been proven by research studies that we do in fact carry this aggression with us. Albert Bandura's Bobo doll experiment proves this notion to be true. In his study, he observed children's behavior after they watched a human adult model act aggressively toward a Bobo doll. After the children's observations, they themselves would act aggressively toward the Bobo dolls. The experiments are empirical methods to test Bandura's social learning theory. The social learning theory claims that people learn largely by observing, imitating, and modeling. It demonstrates that people learn not only by being rewarded or punished through operant conditioning, but they can also learn from watching somebody else being rewarded or punished through observational learning. Furthermore, the failure to view committees of gun violence as people results in the dehumanization and desensitization of these individuals. The arising idea of gun culture has tainted the minds of those who become enveloped in it. John J. Donahue III, a lead researcher on mass shootings at Stanford University, notes that there is a gun culture that seeps troubled and ineffectual men in this notion of redemption through violence and then makes the most deadly weaponry available to them. We see from the diaries of the mass shooters that they see the AR-15 or such as the vindication of their manhood and power and a vehicle for addressing their perceived grievances. Desensitization to this form of violence, such as the story of a teenage boy with possible mental health issues easily getting his hands on a firearm and going on a killing spree, is a common evil we become accustomed to ignoring. But by ignoring this evil, we ultimately also ignore the root of the issue, that being the causes for emotional distress and disturbed motives within the person themselves. Whether we as individuals support the possession of automatic weapons or believe that gun possession is an ultimately harmful evil, evidence proves that we as a nation have become immune and desensitized to gun violence through tainted news coverage, the usage of guns in media, and the lack of sympathy regarding committees of gun violence as people. Renewed debate about gun control brought about by continuing mass shootings in the United States have argued for the implementation of stricter gun control laws in regards to the attainment of guns. In order for positive progress to be made, societal downfalls pertaining to gun violence need to be widely recognized by the at-risk societies that deem the gun-friendly United States their home.